Hi guys, Remy here again with another video. Today, I'll be talking about the iPhone 6s Plus and how it holds up in late 2018. This is my personal phone along with my Samsung Galaxy S9. I kept the iPhone 6s Plus because having the MacBook Pro 2015, the Apple ecosystem is simply amazing. So this is a 3-part video. The first part, I'll be talking about its specs and how they perform in late 2018. Then the second part, I'll talk about pros and cons of the phone. And for the last part are my conclusions, and I'll be talking about who is the iPhone 6s Plus for. So to start things off, here is its specs and my thoughts on them. It has a 5.5-inch Retina screen with a 16:9 aspect ratio. So in late 2018, this aspect ratio is still the predominant aspect ratio for video and media contents. Most of the newer phones are adapting the 18:9 aspect ratio, but to be honest, the 16:9 is still the widely used aspect ratio. For instance, in my Galaxy S9, I still have to pinch to zoom for the whole video to cover the screen. This is a good solution, but when you expand it, there will be lost details in the display, and you won't be enjoying the whole picture or scene of the video. This is quite frustrating as there will be times I need to zoom out to see important details that have been cut out. Additionally, the 18:9 aspect ratio is quite narrow for me to watch, as my focus is quite limited to the center part of the video, and I have to look at the sides quite often if needed, thus changing my attention to other details. In the 16:9 aspect ratio, I can see everything with just one look, no more glancing on the sides for extra details, giving me undivided focus to the whole video. But if we put aside media consumption and just use it for other portrait activities, there's not much of a difference in a sense that 16:9 is far more manageable in one-handed use. Also, the screen is LCD and not AMOLED. Although AMOLED screens are far more superior in quality, I tend to favor LCD as it is more pleasant for my eyes to watch. Also, I do not have to worry about AMOLED burns that are inevitable in AMOLED screens. I tend to use a phone as long as possible, so having an LCD screen keeps me secure of any AMOLED burns. And the trade-offs of having a less vibrant and crisp screen is fine for me as long as I can keep off the dreaded screen burn. So in this regard, you can never go wrong with the screen size and the ratio of the iPhone 6s Plus. Next, for the processor, it has the A9 chip, so in late 2018, the A9 chip still holds up well to newer chipsets. I personally think we will almost reach a plateau in terms of performance as year by year, the upgrading performance have been minute. The A9 chip is still smooth as ever, as Apple has been known for good optimization in their devices. Of course, the newer chipsets are faster and better, but in real-world performances and speed tests, it only differs for a couple of seconds, and you won't notice it if you won't place it side by side with newer phones. So the A9 chip of the iPhone 6s Plus is very much still relevant and insanely fast, whatever app you throw at it. The third spec we will be talking about is the RAM. It packs 2 gigs of RAM. This may sound small, but throughout the years, Apple has proven with its optimization that 2 gigs of RAM is more than enough in your everyday use. RAM management has never been an issue to Apple, as their iPhones are good in utilizing every bit of it. So the 2 gigs of RAM in the iPhone 6s Plus in late 2018 is still good. Next is storage. So for its storage, it has 16 gigs, 32 gigs, 64 gigs, and 128 gig options. This is where I have concerns as the base storage of 16 gig is not enough even on average users. I personally find myself constantly deleting videos or pictures if I have to download additional apps on top of my daily apps and vice versa. I have to delete semi-essential apps because of the pictures or videos I have to take. This can be frustrating at times as it becomes inconvenient to constantly choose and delete content, which most of the time are quite important. There are options like backing it up on your iCloud or MacBook, but I personally would want to store it on my phone and access apps or pictures and videos without the need to delete them afterwards to clear some space. So for the base storage of the iPhone 6s Plus in 2018, I would recommend to go for the 64 or 128 gigs option if you plan to get an iPhone 6s Plus. Lastly is the OS. This phone is currently running the latest version of iOS 12. In this department, you don't have to worry even though the phone is quite old. In the past, iPhones have been known to age well compared to its Android counterparts. Apple is known to continue supporting updates to older version for up to 5 to 6 years. So this means that you don't have to worry about your iPhone being obsolete in the near or distant future. So for the OS of the iPhone 6s Plus in late 2018, all I can say is that it will still support updates for a long time. So that is part 1 of my review of the iPhone 6s Plus in late 2018. Hope you like it, and stay tuned for the second and third part wherein I'll be talking about pros and cons and my conclusions of the phone. Thanks again guys, and see you again!